sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' reigning league MVP. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how... So here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And you also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense down behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. 35 on the pickup. And that's good for Raiders first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Buying some time left. Taking off with it again. He's out in the clear. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They'll throw on first. Escapes the pocket. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to show.
And their quarterback ready to take over once again. And that passing touchdown he started this game off with, just what we expected from somebody who you can see is among the NFL leaders in finding the end zone this year. To the air now on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. He's going to keep it this time. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And I know we're still in the first half, but you look at his totals, Brock. It's looking like 100 yards isn't just a faint possibility. It's almost a certainty with how well he's been mixing some dual threat reps into his work here. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Looking for a throw here. Chased out to his right. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They'll throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. Wow, wide open here. Complete. Touchdown! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's up over 4,000 yards on the season, which you can see puts him atop the NFL in that area. To throw here on 1st down. He's on the move. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders 1st.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Fits it through the middle. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get it to.
The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
To throw it on 1st down. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Getting out to his left. He takes it himself. Like so many of the league's quarterbacks know how to do, this guy has really taken over much of this game, and it's been his dual threat ability that served as the catalyst for that.
And let's give him a lot of credit here, Kate, because he's the one who recognized there'd be opportunities aplenty to hit this defense with his legs. He's picked the right moments, picked his spots, and that stat line's benefited.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. Complete, it's Myers. And they get this down to the 28. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Buys time, rolling right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team.
The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Throwing now on first down. Rolling left, buying some time. Catch made over the middle. There he goes on the right side. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders blowing them out now, 34-zip. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, you can find pay dirt.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. They're going to win this game, but with touchdowns on 3 straight drives, Brock, they're probably going to want to keep that streak going. Man in motion here. First and 10, looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. He gets this one to Myers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. Pass play on first and 10. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Oh, he's going for it again. And they bring him down around the 34. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Airing it out on first down. This is hauled in by Myers. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Throwing now from the gun. He rolls to his right. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have second down coming up. Pass play coming here. He's on the move. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now they're left with fourth and goal.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. Wow, they're going to pass it here. On the move, headed right. On the move, looking deep. This is caught inside the 15. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders are running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Put this in the win column for the Raiders. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November.